Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be about following your passion. How do you follow your passion? So my name is Roger, for those who don't know me. How to follow your passion. So if this kind of topics interest you, please be sure to subscribe. Press that little bell to make sure you don't miss any videos in the future. Today I will be speaking to Trevor, a friend of mine, who's an actor. Okay, how do you follow passion? How did he follow his passion? And along the way, we will give you some tips about how to follow your passion. And even though it's related to his career as an actor, those tips can be used in other areas of your life too. Okay, so Trevor, over to you. And so how did you become an actor in the first place? How did it happen?
Hi, Roger. Well, it went back to when I was at school, really. I was like 10 years of age and had a few issues going on at home type of thing, really. I had a great teacher who decided to focus me by putting me in the school play. He saw something in me. It was a bit probably destructive at school. My energy was a bit high, and it was his idea to channel me, for want of a better word. And he introduced me to theatre. He took me to a play in the library theatre in Manchester. Got me a part in the school play, and that was it. That was the bug. I was bitten.
You were bitten. So you've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, very long time. I've been an actor for about 30 years now. Stuff. I'm getting old. I'm getting old in this game, Roger. But that passion has always been with me. I mean, obviously throughout my life, it's something that all I ever wanted to do was play football or be an actor. That was my thing. I wasn't really an academic as such. You know what I mean? So acting was my passion, and I've followed it throughout my life. I've done different things, but always seem to end up going back to the acting. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because obviously acting is not an easy career path, is it? And because obviously there are well-known actors out there, and you mentioned earlier before we went on doing the video itself that only 5% of actors are getting work. So
yeah, acting. Sorry, yeah, acting is a very, very precarious career. It's not a steady career where you can say you're getting up and you're going to work every day. There's only a very few percentage of actors who actually do that. Do you know what I mean? Who are high profile, who are in that category. You know, the rest of us throughout the UK, throughout the world, have other jobs. You have to supplement your income. You know what I mean? The issue that some people get into the acting world because they think, oh, they want to be famous and they're going to do this, but they don't realise how hard it's actually going to be. You know, you're very lucky if you walk away out of drama school or, you know what I mean, and you end up working constantly. It's very, very hard to do that. You have to supplement your income. So, and as well as being an actor, you have to find something else that's going to give you money.
So in your case, for example, right? So you've been an actor. So have you had continuous work sometimes when you didn't need to supplement your income?
For the first, I was very, very lucky. For the first probably 15, 16 years of my acting career, I was probably working 5, 6, 7 times a year, which is a lot, doing TV productions or theatre productions, doing a bit of stuff on radio, etc. You know, so I was very lucky. But then, you know, things change. It goes up and down. It goes up and down. You know, excuse me. And when people say, "Oh, 6 or 7 jobs a week," a year is good. It was very, very good. But then it's not good because some people might work more than that. But then again, some people might get 1 job a year. I consider myself lucky that I worked 6 and 7 times a year. Now, maybe once a year. But it just depends what the production is and, you know, whether your profile fits, etc., etc. And the industry is saturated now. Right. You know, we live in a commercial world. We live in a commercialized, capitalistic world where people think, oh, I want to be famous. So what do we do? Oh, I'll become an actor. But so they go into acting for the wrong reasons. But then the market's saturated.
Yeah, there are so many people. So basically, if you want to follow that kind of practice, to look for information on the internet. But I think that's true for anything, really, because these days we find lots of information on the net, don't we?
Yeah, the internet is a massive resource for you to, you know, if people want to become actors, I would say to find as much information as you can about that. There's information in terms of, like, you know, there's different pathways to be an actor. You don't have to necessarily go to drama school to get a degree. You can, you know, learn your craft on the job. You know, you can go through via amateur dramatics onto professional work. You know, there's lots of ways you do it, but the internet, like you say, is fantastic. You have night courses. You have obviously now Zoom online courses. Oh yeah, you know, etc. You know, so.
Okay, so number 1, find information on the net, and there are so many ways you can become an actor.
Yeah.
And also be prepared to supplement your income because it's not as easy as it looks. So
that's the most important thing for me you have to remember that you might go to drama school, then you might graduate, and you come out of drama school and you go, well, where's my work? Well, where is it?
Right.
I know a friend of mine who went to RADA, which, as everybody knows, you know, is supposed to be the top echelon of acting schools, not only within the UK, but in Europe. But
Right.
he graduated from RADA. His first job was 5 years later
Wow, in acting,
in acting.
5 years later. So you have
So
to,
what do? Do you just wait around doing nothing? No, you can't. You need to eat. You need to pay your mortgage. You need to pay your rent. You need to run your car. So your money has to be there. So you have to be realistic. I go into drama schools and I do a thing which is called hot seating, which is question and answer to students who want to be actors. And they ask me these questions and it's like, I'm being realistic. When you leave drama school, go and work at Asda. Go and work at a pizza delivery spot. Be a secretary. Be a bricklayer. Do something else until you suddenly get a break. And even though when you get that break, it might not last for a long time. So you always need to have something in your pocket.
that's interesting what you're saying, because in the past, I've read a few articles about people being famous, and they were famous. And then a famous actor from Coronation Street, and I have watched in the past. Anyway, cut a long story short, that actor, and I saw an article about him, and actually he was signing on.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was signing on.
I mean, that back in the day, so when I first started, that's what you did. That's what you did, Roger. You became an actor, you were self-employed, and that was it. And then it's like, well, where do I get my money from? So therefore, you had to sign on. So you got to go through the process of signing on each week. But then when you get a job, you signed off, and then when your job was finished, you signed back on again. And it was like, oh wow. And then it was obviously different difficulties in terms of tax, etc., like that. And you know, sometimes the way that the system was, they wouldn't let you sign on for a certain amount of weeks, etc., etc. So people said, well, what do I do? Well, there's no shame in supplementing your income, so go and find another job.
Yeah, because that actor I'm talking about, he actually had a job in Coronation Street, and then he lost his contract or something. I think there is one or two that I can think of, and so they had to go to the job center.
Yeah. That is that thing, you know. But you still have that passion to do it. You know, it's a difficult career. It's a precarious career. When you're acting, it's great. It's great because you're fulfilling that passion. Whether you're on stage, whether you're on radio, whether you're doing a radio play, whether you're doing a TV film production. When you're doing something, when you're working, you're fulfilling your passion. You know, but there is other aspects to that.
Yeah, so absolutely. So even if you only get one job a year or two, just be prepared to supplement your income. Okay.
Be grateful that you've got a job for one job a year. You know.
Right. Yeah, because these days with the confinement and the pandemic and the crisis where the world is going through, it's going to be even tougher, I can imagine. Okay, so the tips is really are in terms about following your passion, and I can apply to any passions really. So any passion in your life, it could be, well, any passions. I'm just trying to think now.
Yeah, I think if you have a passion for anything, whether it be for in the arts, you know what I mean, in construction. I mean, people have passion. I know friends of mine. He has this passion that he rebuilds vintage cars, you know, and people have a passion for lots of other things. I think if you want to follow that passion, follow it. It may be hard, but you're achieving and fulfilling something that makes you happy, and ultimately makes people around you happy because they may benefit from what your passion is. You know? No,
absolutely. So, okay, guys out there, so the message I would like to leave you today from this video is actually how to follow your passion. So, but just go for it, basically. Go for what you really like doing, but also be prepared. Have a plan B for whatever you do, whether it's being an actor or a public speaker. Personally, I like public speaking, but obviously it's probably similar to acting in a way. Somebody who's well known, if it's Tony Robbins, everybody's going to jump when they're going to see him. And then if he says Roger Bertrand, who's that guy? Never heard of him. Yeah, yeah. An example. But so you, so we have to, and also we have to be visible. I would imagine.
Remember, and I think also remember, if you've got to follow your passion, you follow it for the right reasons.
Yes, follow it for the right reason.
Follow
Yes.
the right reasons. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, there's so many people that I know when I've done drama school, you know what I mean? I do questions and I say to them, so what do you want to do once you graduate? And they say, I want to be famous. And I'm like, well, how are you going to, what's the process? And they say, oh, I want to go, for example, I want to do Big Brother. Oh, really? Well, you're on the wrong course, aren't you? You're on the wrong course. You know, acting is an art. You know, it's not just this thing. Oh, well, I want to be famous. I want to go in Big Brother. What I do, celebrity this, celebrity that. Celebrities and actors are completely different.
Right.
There is a clear divide. If you call an actor a celebrity, she will not like that. Now, on saying that, if you become in today's world a celebrity because of your art, longevity, the work that you've done, that's completely different.
Ah, I like that. Yeah.
But to go to college or on a drama course or any course online because you want to become famous, that's not really what you're about for me. That might be your passion to be famous, fine, but not for me. Actors going for it for a reason that they want to do something productive, and if they become a celebrity because of that, which is fine, that's great, that's superb. We have some great actors throughout the world who didn't start off to go, I want to become famous.
They became,
do you know what I mean? But we live in a capitalistic society now, don't we, mate?
Yeah, because of the work that then they become famous because of it. Then become
exactly.
Yeah, well, it's like public speaking is very similar. So you
very
for the wrong. Oh yeah, I'm going to go on stage. Everybody's going to love me. Everybody's going to go like that. No, you want to go on stage as a public speaker because you want to pass on a message that's really close to your heart. And then, Rogers or Frankie or Trevor, all right, they're a very good public speaker. I like his message. And then throughout time, people start to be known, but it takes time.
There you go.
It takes time. Yeah, so that's the message I would go. Some people might say, but some people may become a celebrity instantly. If it does happen, it's a very, very tiny percentage.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So guys, be prepared, really. So number one, find it on the net. Number two, be prepared. Prepare for the audition, but also be prepared to have a plan B. Find another source of income, but also be prepared to master your art first, and then through the work you will be doing, then there is a chance you might become more known. But to do it for the wrong reason, become an instant celebrity, whether it's acting or public speaking, it won't happen. So just be ready, guys out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Then again, if you did, please do subscribe. Press that little bell for so you can get notifications for new videos coming on a regular basis every week. Now, I would say thank you, Trevor, very much for being on this channel for me. And bye for now, and see you next time.